We are literally watching the end of America because certain people decided that they want to take our country back to the Jim Crow era.
It's evident that Trump supporters are regretting their votes as we see the cost of living skyrocketing. So, did the big bullshit bill pass? Life is so expensive for us regular people. Electric bill $300 this month, and yet I'm rationing AC. People share their experience and some of the effects that all these life changes have happened since Trump came to power. Let me know what you know and think in the comment section down below.
I know there's a lot going on, but this can't get lost today. Our economy lost 33,000 jobs this month because of Trump's policies. Now, I want you to remember, there was not a single month under Biden where we lost jobs. Not one. We were projected to create 100,000 jobs this month, but instead we lost 33,000. And with Trump's big rip-off bill, that's going to get a lot worse. Trump's policies destroy jobs. When I get to DC, I promise you I'm going to vote against every one of them. Follow along for more. Support our campaign. Link to my bio.
The beginning of the end is here for the USA. Trump's big, beautiful bill was just passed by the Senate, which many have referred to as the worst bill in U.S. history. Basically, this bill is so that you can become a debt slave for the rest of your life. And for many of you, they're throwing your future away. This is the first generation of Americans that will live a more difficult life than their parents. Around 20 million people are going to lose their health care due to Medicaid cuts, according to experts. And it's also expected that your health care premiums will rise up to $26,000 a year. They're ending food assistance for the poor, and they're going to starve rural hospitals of resources and funds. ICE is now a secret police, and they have been granted secret police powers. Most of you are going to have to pay more in taxes this year than you did last year. But at least the billionaires got their tax break, right? Food assistance for kids, homeless, veterans, renewable energy was all blocked by Republicans. They're going back to burning coal. So get used to having more blackouts and more polluted air. So much winning. I love it. But to be honest, I am very grateful that I do not live in the USA. But anyways, if you can get out now. Let me know what you guys think.
Folks, this just in, the U.S. lost over 33,000 jobs in the month of June under the Trump administration. The Trump administration predicted that we would gain over 100,000 jobs. That's what Fox News was prepared to report. They were so excited to share that information, but unfortunately for Fox, unfortunately for Trump, and really unfortunately for the American people, people are losing their jobs under the Trump administration, and frankly, this is just the beginning. It's only going to get worse thanks to Trump's tariffs that are going to make everything more expensive for American companies. Why would they continue to hire people if suddenly everything they have to pay for from other countries is more expensive? It's going to make everything more expensive for our universities, where people are being laid off over things like DEI and woke. Don't even get me started on the big budget bill, which is an economy killer. This bill is literally going to kick millions off of healthcare, but it's also going to make so many companies suffer.
I'm sure by now most of you have seen the details of Trump's bill, and it's giving tax breaks to those who are making over $3.3 million a year. They're roughly going to see a tax break of $97,000, while those who make less than $50,000 are not only having their taxes raised, they're also having access to healthcare and their benefits cut. So those costs are going to go up. What are we even doing here? Like, this is a fucking joke. If the United States today was serious about solving a lot of the problems, they would institute a wealth tax on net worths over $100 million. Could raise almost $1 trillion annually while not changing the lifestyle of any of the 10,000 people in this country who are roughly worth over $100 million. If you ask me, taxing 10,000 people to make life better for 350 million is exactly what our elected representatives should be doing, not the fucking opposite.
You know, with Republicans being Republicans and this bill passing, this awful bill that everyone has recognized is going to damage millions of Americans, and I mean millions, are going to lose their health insurance. Their taxes are going to be raised. Food is going to literally be limited to many people now. This is a very damaging bill, straight up damaging. And it only helps the really rich. And it appears Republicans are okay with that. And it just makes you realize, if you stop and look at it now, the enemy is Republicans. The enemy isn't China. The enemy isn't North Korea. The enemy isn't some Muslim country. The enemy to our well-being, to us surviving in this country, is Republicans. You're the enemy. There's no other way to look at it. With passing a bill that is going to take millions of people away from health care, to pass a bill that is going to literally take the food out of people's hands, is just evil. There's no other way to describe it. It's evil. And it has made it very clear. The enemy in this country, it's Republicans. You're the enemy. You're the one doing people harm. True harm. It's you guys. Republicans. You're the enemy.
Trump was never going to improve the American economy. Trump is an economy killer. In his first term, he inherited Barack Obama's growing economy. He destroyed the economy. He put us in a recession. In this term, his trade wars with the entire world haven't gotten one notable trade deal signed. Sure, he got a deal signed with Vietnam today. He got a trade deal done with the UK. That's incredible. Nothing's gotten cheaper. Everything's getting more expensive. Instead of gaining 100,000 jobs for the first time in years, we lost jobs. We lost 33,000 jobs this month, and the big budget bill is an economy killer. It's going to cripple the national deficit for decades to come. It's the biggest transfer of wealth from regular Americans to the billionaire elite in modern history. Trump is an economy killer. Say it with me. Trump is an economy killer.
We are literally watching the end of America because certain people decided that they want to take our country back to the Jim Crow era. And it is nothing that we can do at this point because it doesn't seem like our congressmen or House of Representatives are fighting back for us. To be perfectly honest, I don't even know if they stand with us anymore. This bill that he is trying to propose, this big, beautiful bill, will give him the right to make as many executive orders as he wants to, and they won't be able to stop him. It's in there that the judicial branch won't be able to challenge him. They won't have the power to challenge his executive orders anymore. On top of a lot of other things that will basically stop us from being able to vote. He will be able to delay, cancel elections, stop people from voting. He will be able to go against his political rivals if he wanted to. This bill would basically give him absolute power. It is written into there to make it seem like it's about tax breaks, but it's not. It is to make sure we don't get to midterms because he knows that enough people are pissed off that now if he goes to midterms, he's not going to make it. He's not going to win. Too many of his constituents are going to be voted out. So they're stopping it from getting to midterms. I don't even know what to do anymore. This is scary. I'm scared. I'm very scared.
You're not struggling because you're poor. You're struggling because you live in the USA. You're struggling because prices have gone up tremendously, but the wages haven't. You're struggling because your bills continue to increase, but your wages haven't. You're struggling because you have greedy, corrupt CEOs of companies that are continuing to record record profits, but are refusing to pay their workers a livable wage. You're struggling because the country that prints money won't give that money back to its people. You're struggling because the country that is in $37 trillion and counting worth of debt somehow finds a way to give billions of dollars to fund new wars, but won't find any money to fund the poor. You're struggling because this country is stealing 30 to 40% of your income, if not more. You're struggling because after this country wrongfully took 30 to 40% of your income, they're telling you to pay more during tax season. You're struggling because homes that used to cost $150,000 to $200,000 10 to 15 years ago are now costing $400,000 if not $500,000. You're struggling because those starter homes that used to be seen as affordable are now being bought by large corporations. You're struggling because rent was under $1,000 10 to 15 years ago is now costing almost $3,000 for a one bedroom. You're struggling because these greedy landlords continue to increase the rent. You're struggling because a $100 grocery bill 10 to 15 years ago will get you a huge haul, will now only get you a few things in 2025. You're struggling because the gas that you used to fill up your car used to be $1 and some change per gallon is now almost $4 a gallon. You're struggling because the cost of having a good time and living life has gone up tremendously. An airplane ticket used to be $200 round trip is now $400 one way. It used to cost under $1,000 to enjoy a vacation. Now it's costing almost $3,000 to $4,000 depending on where you go. You're struggling because you're forced to get a second job just to make ends meet as things continue to skyrocket. You're struggling because the American dream is no longer the American dream. It's the American nightmare.
There is no such thing as trickle-down economics. There's only trickle-up economics, okay? When all of us are doing well, the fucking 1% is doing extraordinary. This greed that they have continually makes us bail them out over and over and over again. Okay? We give them subsidies. We give them everything. They wouldn't exist without us, but now they want to hurt us. They don't need a tax cut. They're just greedy. You kicking 17 to 18 million people off their fucking healthcare doesn't just affect us. It affects you too at the top. When everyone is scared to spend money, your profit margins fucking drop. When you're not successful, who are you going to blame it on? You have to blame it on yourself. You do not know what you do because you're greed and you are so disgustingly disconnected from normal life that you don't care about anyone but yourself or your inner circle. This is why billionaires and CEOs should never run this motherfucking country. They're not here for public service. They're here for fucking profit. And I don't understand why you guys are saying, oh, well, he was a businessman. He was a businessman, which was a terrible businessman. But at that age, he was a con man from the get-go. Okay? Everyone he has in his administration is an actor. Okay? Everyone. WWE over the education department. We got fucking Fox News weekend host as Secretary of Defense. You have Kristi Noem that literally cross-dresses every single place that she fucking goes. All right? Dressing up like she's Barbie doll. Okay? Where's her Ken? Everybody that they're going ahead, like Scott Jennings on CNN, they're going ahead, they're going to kind of run him in Kentucky. He's a TV personality. The reason that they run these people is because they're so believable on TV. They can lie at the drop of a dime. They are actors. They are actors. And you guys don't understand this. This is why Fox News is so great for you. It is entertainment, which is not news. They are acting on TV, playing to your bigotry or your fears, and then turning that into a spectacle so you'll go ahead and vote for their shitty ass policies that affect you. Again, this is not good for anyone in America, for 18 million people to lose their health care. I don't give a fuck if illegals are getting $17 billion a year when they outmatch that by the $100 billion that they pay in taxes. Plus, again, they spend their money in America. If they're paying $100 billion in taxes, how much are they fucking spending in your stores? Okay? Jesus, man. Like, this is simple. This is simple logic. And I can't believe that we're even debating this shit. You do not give people that have all the fucking money, okay, more tax cuts. Because they are literally sucking off the teat of us. You give the people that are at the bottom the biggest tax cuts so they can become comfortable, so they don't decide that they need to go ahead and rob someone. They don't feel desperate, so they feel that they have to go up and do other criminal acts. That's what we do. That's what a good society does. That's what America's supposed to be. You guys talk about you're pro-life, but how can you just be pro-life after somebody pops it out? Oh, it's not your fucking problem anymore. They're a human. They're out. That they're all on their own. That's not pro-life. That is not pro-life. That is a hypocrisy. Being pro-life is for every life that exists. Being American or non-American. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to wipe my fucking hands clean or my shoulders off, all right, if they're not American, or if I don't like their color, or if I don't like their party. That's not pro-life. You wishing whatever you guys unalivings on Democrats, that's not pro-life. I mean, your Bible should teach you so. God, man, like, I don't get you guys, man. I don't get you. This is me before I go on fucking vacation. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. And remember, July 4th was our Independence Day from tyranny, all right? From authoritarianism, from a fucking king, okay? We were created to be free. And that means free from all the yokes of all this bullshit, be it religion or fucking be it government. Be it judgment from people all around the world. That's what this country was fucking founded on. Freedom to do whatever the fuck you want as long as you did it within the realms of the law. As long as you didn't have any malintent and you did it not to harm someone, but you did it so you can go ahead and love someone. I don't fucking believe in hope anymore. We have to fucking do this shit. Have a fucking happy 4th of July. I know it was long.
Do you remember when you used to be able to go to the movies on the weekend and it was affordable? Do you remember when you used to be able to get some takeout, fast food on the weekend and it was affordable? Do you remember when you used to go bowling on the weekend and it was affordable? My God, I sound like a grumpy old English fuckhead, don't I? Do you remember back in my day? Back in my day when I was growing up in London, let me tell you something, right? I live in LA, okay? I live in LA and it's expensive. It's expensive as fuck. You can't move without spending a fucking fortune, right? Right? Bowling. Bowling. Me, additional adult, 2 children, okay? Family of 4, okay? In case you need some help with the mathematique. There, family of 4, bowling, 2 games, 2 rounds, $140. $140. It's like $40 for an hour, $40 for another hour. It's like $40 per game, which adds up to 80, and then the shoes, like, it's another 7, right? And then it's like the tax on top. And you buy some fucking $150 to go fucking bowling for about an hour and 11 minutes. 104 fucking bowling for an hour and fucking... I remember when it was like £5. I remember when it was £5 pound. £5. Like the cinema, the pictures, the movies. Family of 4. AMC, Cinemark, Los Angeles, Mar Vista, Playa Vista, Santa Monica, West Hollywood. $20 for one person. Child's price, $18. When did that start happening? Either have a child's price or don't have a child's price, but don't have a child's price that's $2 less than the adult price. That's not right. Family of 4, $80 plus tax, $90. Popcorn, $1 million, isn't it? You can get a popcorn drink and candy deal, only $29.99. So cinema, family of 4, $150. When did this begin? When did doing something cost $150? God forbid you want to do something a bit more extravagant. Disneyland, one day, family of 4, $1,000. Six Flags, Magic Mountain, roller coasters, family of 4, $400. That's just for the fucking tickets. You're gonna need another $200 when you're there, unless you want to starve yourselves to death. It's $500. $500 fucking dollars to go fucking roller. What are you fucking talking? I'm not taking a round trip to fucking Australia. I went to play paddleball the other day. Paddleball, that's like a miniature tennis court. Century City Mall, Westfield. Century City, Los Angeles. You're not going to believe this, right? It's a little mini tennis court. It's a bit like squash. You've got these little rackets, right? Paddle. Anyone play that shit? I'm thinking that'd be nice for us to do as a family. That'd be fun. I'm thinking we'll just book the court. $20. I'm thinking $20 for an hour. No, Luke. No, that's $40 per hour per person. No concessions for children. That's $120 to play paddleball for an hour. What are you fucking... talking about? So come on, where are you? I'm interested in where you are in the world. United States, people. I know the United States. Los Angeles has got to be the most expensive, hasn't it? I mean, I know that. You don't need to tell me that. You don't need to tell me that. Takeout. I mean, just getting a fucking Chick-fil-A round of 4 now. That's $100. That's a fucking $100 now. It's $17.99 or some shit for a meal. Right? Chuck a bit of tax on. Chuck a tip. It's fucking 100 fuck, just a drive through and get a fucking Chick-fil-A burger. What's happening? Pizza takeout. I'm just going to quickly order pizza takeout with some nuggets from Domino's. Pizza, large. Nuggets, large. Bread twists, large. 2-litre bottle of Fanta. Tax, delivery. How's that $97? Was that £7.35 a minute ago? So anyone have any hacks? Anyone where you live, it's just still refreshingly affordable? And is anyone in agreement with me? Is the world gone mad? Can we even afford to do any of this anymore? And I want to know, especially people around the States, because I think some of the more rural areas, yeah, that's right. I said it. Come on, Americans. I want to hear you say rural. 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 Anyone in the rural areas, I think it's less, isn't it? You're in a city, you're built up, the more central you are, the more expensive it is. Right? So I'm a fucking idiot. I know that. I'm an idiot. Okay? But let's play a game. Right? Is anyone else just deeply offended by how much everything costs? What are we supposed to do?